The barrier to entry is so low on Amazon that it's very surprising, very shocking to marketplace sellers at how difficult it is to get into Walmart Marketplace.
Hello and welcome today to Whyte Label Advice. It is our podcast here. We are here at WhyteSpyder. I am Brooke McNeely, the VP of Marketing. I'm here with my co-host, Eric Howerton, our founder and CGO. And then we have another esteemed guest who's here in person, not in Brooklyn, New York. And it is our VP of Product Development, Corey Hammond. Welcome, Corey. How are you?
Doing great. Happy to be here.
Corey, thanks for making the flight over here just for this podcast.
Just for this.
Direct flight.
It's amazing.
LaGuardia. You know, I just throw some headphones on. It's really easy to get out here. So
yeah, it's awesome, man.
This is a better experience too.
It is, because you're not just talking, alone. Like, you're not.
By myself.
By yourself.
In a room.
We definitely spent a lot of time when you were talking just making like.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I couldn't see your face either.
No.
We were over here rolling our eyes the whole time.
Oh, God, no. It was being recorded. They were recording it. So we're about to get that proof. So that'll be cool. But today we are going to talk about Walmart Marketplace. Mm-hmm. And sometimes, you have to apply to get into Marketplace, and sometimes you don't always get into Marketplace your first try. And so the topic of today is, if I get rejected from applying to Marketplace, now what do I do?
Yeah, that's a heavy question, and it's something where a lot of Marketplace applicants face the issue of. A lot of the time, I'll tell them when applying, just be honest. Just give them all the information you need. If you don't give them the information that they require, such as a DUNS number, and you're using a different LLC than what you're actually going to use for running your business, for some reason, Walmart will catch you in those situations and immediately reject you. So Walmart has a lot of ways to verify businesses, and they're doing it for good reason, because at the end of the day, we're all here to serve the customer, the shopper that's in Walmart stores, on Walmart.com. And so the motive is positive. It's the proper way to think of a marketplace. But when you compare that to Amazon, the ease of access, the barrier to entry is so low on Amazon that it's very surprising, very shocking to marketplace sellers at how difficult it is to get into Walmart Marketplace. And that's not to say that Walmart Marketplace application process is the most beautiful, amazing process ever. Like we all know there are ways that it can be improved, but the job of the seller should just to be honest, willing to provide all the information they need to apply to Walmart.com, and really show that they want to be a partner with Walmart. And if you are willing to invest the resources to not use FBA, to have a warehouse of your own, or to use Deliver, and once you get accepted into WFS, Walmart Fulfillment Services, going into WFS and putting inventory in there to allow your customers on Walmart.com to get 2-day, 1-day shipping when that happens, there's no reason why Walmart wouldn't want you as a marketplace partner.
Why do you think Walmart has higher standards, I guess, or more of a quality control versus Amazon Marketplace?
Think of it like the way Apple comes out with products. So Apple wasn't the first to come out with a smartwatch. There are all these Android products, and Apple was sort of just sitting behind the scenes, seeing what was going on. And they picked and chose what worked. They took notes on what didn't work, and they came out with the Apple Watch, and huge success. And so Walmart does a similar thing when looking at their competition. And you can see it throughout the history of Walmart stores that they're not just copying their competition. They're picking what they know works, and they're throwing the rest away. They don't want to copycat the competition. They want to provide what they think is the best experience for the customer.
And Walmart's always been really big. I mean, you brought up stores, but I mean, that's their same process. I mean, they've always been, I guess they kind of cut their own path towards anything, any investments that they make in stores, et cetera, to do the same thing online. And with this marketplace, which definitely is a lot more out of their control than probably what they've been used to, you know, but so and really their end goal has always been towards that customer.
Yeah.
I mean, it's that customer experience, that satisfaction.
Yeah, it sure is. And you see it through the search algo, the way advertising works. Advertising not being eligible to pay for every keyword for a net new item on Walmart.com, that's unheard of on Amazon.
Yeah.
Like you could launch an item tomorrow, spend $100 cost per click, and you'll show up on page 1.
Right.
And whether it stays up there or not, that's up to performance. But on Walmart.com, they're always thinking of the content, the experience that the customer is having. So again, it's this interesting relationship with Walmart where to a seller, it feels frustrating and cumbersome using their platform and meeting the Walmart needs, but you have to trust the process. And you see it with the success of Walmart stores and what has happened here in Northwest Arkansas, the amount of growth here, the vendors are setting up shop here. And they're doing it because now they trust Walmart. And I believe a similar thing is going to happen with Walmart Marketplace. The bar is going to be set higher, but it will benefit all parties that get over that hurdle.
Right.
And the biggest issue with Amazon was that the space got oversaturated. A lot of sellers were coming in, and unfortunately there were bad players. And so you have this situation of really honest sellers that want to provide a great product to a customer in the e-commerce space, and they're being undercut by bad players. And so it started turning into the Wild West, and I think Walmart was sitting in the back. They were seeing what was going on, and they said, all right, like, well, we're taking notes. We're going to do this process, and it's going to be frustrating, but trust us, it's going to work.
That's cool. So if you don't get in the first time that you apply, is it the end of the world? Like, is it worth it to try again?
It's not the end of the world. When you do get rejected, there is an appeal process. So the email that you receive should tell you, follow these steps to file an appeal. In those moments, I always advise applicants to provide really any information to prove that your business is legit, that you have a warehouse outside of Amazon, and really just show them everything. Like, really be transparent with them and explain that you are trying to generate revenue on Walmart.com.
Do you think that what advice would you give like a seller that's coming from Amazon about to set up at Walmart? I mean, it feels like that there needs to be a new mindset before they even approach it, right?
Right. Yeah.
What would you advise? I mean, like if you could take an Amazon seller and say, hey, let's spend 15 minutes, zen out a little bit. Here's how you need to get your mind ready when you're approaching Walmart. What would that advice be? That's
a great question. So I'd say you need to set expectations a little lower than what you've seen on Amazon.
Okay.
If you simply look at traffic on Amazon versus Walmart, it's night and day. And so if you look at these signals that help you understand, okay, even if I maintained my conversion rate on Walmart.com, the sheer number of customers looking at that product page is much lower than what you're seeing on Amazon. But at the same time, again, look at the signals. The seller space is much smaller than Amazon.
Right.
I believe it's over 120,000 sellers on Walmart.com compared to millions on Amazon. And if you get in early, and this is a theory of mine, that if you get in early on Walmart, you're building history with the search algorithm. And as long as you're not swapping out new SKUs, new UPCs, trying to game the system, and you're just being like very focused on your core UPCs, you're building sales history with that search algorithm. And so as long as you're maintaining 95% content health, your offer score is near 100%, reviews and ratings are near 100%, that search algorithm is going to continue rewarding you for your presence. And if you are in it for the long run and you figure out ways to expand your sales channels to Walmart.com first and then to other emerging marketplaces, you're creating sustainability in your business. Because on Amazon, there's so much unpredictability of what can happen to your seller account. And we've seen time and time again these situations in which big Amazon seller, they've put all their eggs in the Amazon basket, and then they're posting on LinkedIn saying, hey, my account was just suspended. Amazon didn't tell me why. I don't know what I did wrong. I'm desperate. This is my livelihood. And to see that is really scary.
Yeah.
And so I always advise people to diversify sales channels.
Right.
But go into it knowing that Walmart.com could be in a position that Amazon was 10, 15 years ago. And if you think of what Amazon was 10, 15 years ago, there were brick and mortar sellers laughing at the Amazon e-commerce platform.
Yeah.
And they would say, hey, I just got onto Amazon.com and I'm only generating 5% of my sales compared to my brick and mortar shop that everyone walks into, and I know I'm doing business. And so there was this moment of, no, we don't want it. Like, we don't want to sell on it because there's no growth. There's no potential.
Right.
The people who had that mentality are no longer around.
Right.
The brick and mortar stores are gone, and the Amazon sellers who transitioned from brick and mortar to Amazon are seeing huge success. And now we're seeing this situation of not just Walmart.com, but emerging marketplaces. And so diversifying sales channels on the e-commerce platform or in the e-commerce space is that next evolution. And I think Walmart is that next frontier. And so I think that if you talk about the past and how Amazon got here, you can get Amazon sellers excited about what's to come on Walmart.com.
It's good.
It is really good. That pretty much answers all my questions. So thank you. Thank you for coming. No, I was just wondering, just kind of like, what is Walmart really looking for in a seller? Like, what is it that they want? You know?
It's a good question. So Walmart's not just trying to grow their assortment in the Walmart marketplace space. They're also trying to create a diverse assortment. So filling gaps in their assortment, not just duplicating it or being yet another seller on their top selling item when they have a better cost in the one piece space. So how do you have a unique product? Maybe it's just different case pack sizes. We've seen a lot of success, and rather than selling a 1-pack of a coffee cup, you're selling a 3-pack and you're giving the customer a nice discount. Again, always act through that customer lens, and Walmart will reward you for that. So every time you talk to a Walmart merchant or a Walmart marketplace account manager, always tell them that you're acting with the expectation of this product will make a better product customer shopping experience on Walmart.com.
One thing I like to think about is put myself in the shoes of Walmart, right? As a retailer, what would I like to have to deliver to my customers? I would think that a unique shopping experience would be one of them. Like, I find an item that's unique in the marketplace. And really, as a retailer, what I want are suppliers of the goods and services to kind of be behind my initiative as a retailer, right? I mean, at the end of the day, the customer is a Walmart customer, right? And if suppliers are approaching me as a retailer, I want them to demonstrate investment and commitment and belief in my business model as a retailer. And I think that as a seller, if you come into the space and you don't have that, like you're more of just kind of self-serving in a way as a manufacturer, right? But if you can kind of see the vision of Walmart, and you start to believe in that helps you to be able to participate in it, why things matter to the merchants. I mean, there's a lot of, I would argue that Walmart has a pretty long roadway. If I was a successful seller on Walmart or at Walmart, I mean, there's the ceiling's a lot higher.
Yeah.
Because you can get into a store, there's an omni-channel perspective that's just not there with Amazon today.
Yeah.
And I think that opportunity is real. I really feel like that Walmart is actually looking for that. They want to see you start in the digital space. You can make an investment as a supplier. It's a less risk investment for the retailer than in putting you across all these stores. But come in, be a champion at Walmart as a seller, demonstrate your excellence and your belief, right? And make your product pages excellent. Give everything that Walmart's asking, and then even more, over exceeding, right? I think we're all like that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, and really from a 1P perspective, what I've challenged sellers who are even in Walmart stores already, they'll start off the meeting saying, hey, I went to a Walmart meeting. I told them I want these 10 items on the shelf, and they only took one. Yeah. Oh, we're back to square one. No, I don't know what to do. And I tell them, guys, take those 9 items, get it on your Walmart Marketplace account, and Walmart, they're going to be happy because they're getting that commission. And then 6 months, 12 months down the road, you now have data. You can show the Walmart buyer, hey, it's okay that you didn't take all 10 items. I went onto Walmart Marketplace, huge success, fully optimized listing. Oh, and by the way, I have 100 reviews on all of them now. So they're ready to go into a Walmart store. And this is all my sales data. This is all the traffic data. What do you say?
Yeah.
Like that versus the old model of literally being a salesperson talking about how cool this product is and you're bringing it in. I mean, I saw that when I was at Jet.com. In the Jet.com offices, when I was started managing the Walmart category, the vendors would come in thinking I was a Walmart buyer, like classic Walmart buyer, Northwest Arkansas. And I'm sitting there being like, that's a cool flashlight. Like, thank you for that demo.
Yeah.
But what about the sales?
Right.
Show me the product page. Why do you think this is going to sell better than my best selling flashlight?
Right.
So there are ways where, again, the market has evolved in the Walmart space, and buyers are willing to listen if you have the data to show for it.
Yeah. And the cool thing about it is that you can demonstrate that a lot easier and more granular and have better proof points with data than you could before really the .com side was big. I mean, you would have to come in with a lot more extensive data and a lot more homework, but you can actually get products and start selling and making it click and do the things and come back to the merchant to demonstrate the less risk that it would be to put that in the store.
Yeah. And Brooke, going back to your question of, what is Walmart Marketplace looking for when we're thinking of the product assortment expansion? The optimized content showing a search result with relevant items is so important to Walmart's strategy in the e-commerce space. And so again, go in as a seller knowing that it's going to be a bit messy, but there's so much low-hanging fruit.
Yeah.
That if you're, again, selling a coffee cup and you go onto Walmart.com and you search coffee cup, you're probably going to spot opportunities to just take out the number 3 spot.
Yeah.
So go out and do it. Be ambitious. It really is a new frontier in the emerging marketplace area. And there needs to be a team of pioneers coming from Amazon into Walmart and proving that it is a viable marketplace. Yeah. And again, right now it's not the size of Amazon. And I don't know if it ever will be, but that shouldn't be a reason why you shouldn't diversify your sales channels. So the challenge right now that no one really has the answer for is, how do you expand profitably and ensure that you're not just duplicating your labor resources, your time and energy that you put into Amazon, and just copying and pasting that into Walmart? Because I know for a fact that won't work, and I've seen it happen. And it's kind of why marketplace sellers come to WhyteSpyder and SKU Ninja and back in the day .com partners, and they wanted us to just manage the business for them because they knew that it was a more scalable model doing that than just hiring an entire team of maybe ex-Amazon people or Amazon specialists and telling them, hey, figure out Walmart.
Yeah, which it brings me to my next point, that because we wouldn't have our VP of product development without talking about the product and SKU Ninja itself. So how does SKU Ninja kind of help? How does SKU Ninja help marketplace sellers on Walmart?
Great question. So
they all are, Corey. They all are great questions.
Kind of.
Always.
So yeah, the offering that we've put together more recently, it's called Seller Suite. Mm-hmm. So Walmart Marketplace, their platform or their portal is called Seller Center. And so we decided, let's just call it Seller Suite, basically meaning there's a suite of tools that we've already developed. Let's rebundle it and call it Seller Suite. And it's the best of the best tools that we've created over the years, but it's meant for the marketplace seller.
Okay.
And not just any marketplace seller, it's for the seller who owns their product, does private label, is really, really great at building a product that customers are willing to purchase and become loyal to that brand, because we know that works really well on Walmart Marketplace and in Walmart stores. The idea of brand loyalty is a big idea for the customer that shops at Walmart. And so working with those brands in Walmart Marketplace and providing them tools that doesn't just help them optimize the content, but equips them with the data to then one day go to the buyer and say, look, I've won on the top 10 searched keywords in this category. I'm beating out your competition or the competition that sells in a Walmart store. Why aren't you giving me a shot? Mm-hmm. And so to tell that narrative takes time, but the beauty of it is that if you partner with WhyteSpyder and you use Seller Suite to equip yourself with that knowledge, the sky's the limit.
Yeah.
And no one is doing that right now. So anyone who gets into Seller Suite and begins using our tools to equip themselves with that data to not just make decisions today to further optimize their content and get higher up in search results, but one day talk to the Walmart teams about their success story, I do think that can work.
And I would also add that the software is great, but then having the ability to tap into the knowledge, expertise, and specialization of WhyteSpyder team, who just knows Walmart the best in the world. I mean, that's great. You know, you can tap into consultation, even additional services that can just kind of help guide you and continue to make you successful at Walmart.
Yeah. And so look, that's the beauty of WhyteSpyder and also just the essential business that, yes, you could use us for self-serve. If you want to do it yourself, that's great. We're going to equip you with the tools and the knowledge and provide the consulting when needed. Mm-hmm. But also what I was talking about earlier of figure out a game plan of how to expand into Walmart.com profitably. And you may discover that you're better off just handing the keys to a full account management team that is filled with ex-Walmart.com merchants.
Right.
Who know the ins and outs of Walmart Marketplace.
Yeah.
And we've seen again and again success stories in our client base where they come to us with, you know, half their SKUs are not even transactable on Walmart.com. And within 3 months, we not only fix those issues, but we're now sitting down with them talking about strategy, understanding how do we do more.
And I think the services side too is even has some economical benefit.
Yeah.
Like, because by the time that, you know, we've experienced actually clients that are coming from Amazon that have a lot of great Amazon information. They're able to do a lot of self-serve or use even our partners like at Flywheel that, you know, they got that down, but then they're trying to transfer all that information, those resources over to Walmart, and they soon find out at first, for the first 3 or 6 months, you know, they're kind of making some minimum, but then they turn around and look at it and say, okay, we've hit our ceilings, and now we have an educational gap, you know, a process gap. It's different at Walmart, right? And the tools and even the terminologies can sometimes be different, right? And so we've seen a lot of those folks that have ended up going, okay, you guys just handle this for us. You're our Walmart partner at WhyteSpyder. And it just makes more sense because it's more efficient than trying to bridge that educational gap.
Yeah. And I know it takes trust.
It does.
There's a process, and we don't expect marketplace sellers to just hand us the keys overnight. But I mean, that's
why not? Yeah.
Just trust us.
Yeah, no, we're awesome.
Just trust us.
It's fine.
And so
that's our new slogan.
Just trust us. It's fine.
Just trust us.
It's fine.
But yeah, I think there's a process to it, and it's not bad that you have to spend 3 or 6 months realizing that it's a really difficult process, and coming out the other side realizing, okay, this isn't possible. But what needs to happen is that they need to be willing to accept that it's not Amazon.
Right.
And don't just say it's not possible and be frustrated and then never log into Seller Center again.
Right.
But instead talk to the consultants, talk to the people who live and breathe it every single day. Because if you don't do that, you're going to be that brick and mortar store 15 years ago who got frustrated with Amazon, and now you're no longer around making money.
I think that was his closing statement.
That is it. Thank you so much.
That was power.
That was perfect. Yeah.
A lot of power there, Corey.
Thank you.
Thank you, Corey. Thank you for being here. And yeah, I know it's a pleasure to have you in person. And so next time you're back, we will keep doing more of these.
You should consider moving down to Northwest.
Maybe you should just move here.
I could do that.
Yeah. And then we could do
Something to
these
think
every
about.
day.
I like my 3-hour commute though.
I bet you do. Nothing better than a plane ride.
To Northwest
man.
Arkansas.
Northwest Arkansas, yeah.
It's beautiful. You get to see all
small plane.
Get to see all this stuff.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Up high.
All right. Well, thank you very much, guys. See you next time.
You.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, yeah.